Hello, traders, and welcome to the market opening preview on a Wednesday, Hump Day, April 6th, 2016. Traders coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Bright blue sunny skies, white sandy beaches. Absolutely beautiful, but I have to tell you, it is hot. Yes, my friends, summertime has hit us here in Thailand. But along with that comes rainy season, and we're looking forward to that. We've had no rain for a long time. Traders is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. If you would, please come visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Today's got a lot to talk about. I have 6 currency pairs with some trade plans set up for you today. Hopefully your trade plans match my trade plans. Please don't trade my trade plans. Trade your own. Because someday I won't be here, right? We all have an ending date. Hopefully not today, tomorrow, but we all have an ending date, right? So, traders, the object is that you do your trade plans and then watch my trade plans, and hopefully we agree, and then we have great trade plans, right? And of course, trade your plan. Don't deviate from your plan once it's done. All right, traders. Let's get started. Before we get started, let me introduce myself to you. For those of you who do not know me, my name is William Gilday, and I am your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I will tell you that I do record this during the Asia session. So this is pretty early in our trading day when I record this. So if you're looking at this in London, go back about 10 candles and you can see exactly where I started the presentation. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006, and in 2008 I retired from an awesome career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later I retired, and I got on a big bird on April 16th, 2008, and came over to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. Never been here before. Well, traders, I will tell you that I'm still here 8 years later, and a week and a half from now, I will celebrate the completion of my 8th year living in Thailand and trading Forex every single day. And yes, I do trade Forex every day. I am in the charts, I'm watching, I'm looking for those opportunities and probabilities that are on my side so I can have a winning trade. Traders, how do I do that? Well, one, I listen to fundamentals all the time. Don't necessarily understand them. A lot of the times they don't make any sense to me. A lot of times it's not what the book says it should be doing. In other words, good news comes out and your trade goes against you, right? It should have went with you. It happens. Welcome to the markets. The markets are going to do what the market's going to do. It's our job to analyze and adjust to what the market is doing. So having a great deal of fundamentals inside my brain and also with the help of a news feed that I pay for that runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all year long. And to tell you the truth, traders, I'm a technician. I love charts. I like watching candlestick patterns, support, resistance, price action, price structure, price failure. And I do use 3 exponential moving averages on my charts. I use a 200 exponential, a 55, and a 10 exponential moving average on my charts. That just gives me a little bit of help. But other than that, my charts are pretty clean. There's not a lot of stuff on there. And that's the way I like it. So I do trade 2 instruments. I trade Forex during Asia and London. And in the New York session, I trade options. So I do trade 2 different instruments. So if you hear me talk about one or the other, now you know why. All right, that's enough about me. Let's get over to the legal stuff, and then we can get to some charts and good stuff. All right, Forex trading has a large potential of rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex market. Traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's head over to... Oh, that slide is a mistake, my friends. That's supposed to say news and commentary. Oh, well. Okay, this is news and commentary, folks. That slide is a mistake. Very quiet in Asia today. The biggest thing I found is the Gaxin Services PMI out of China. We will keep an eye on that, and that's about 1 hour from now from when I'm doing this recording. So it's be way off before we will get that data. There is nothing going on as far as that goes. We head into the London session. Just take note that right at London Open, we have the RBA Assistant Governor Kent speaking. I don't think that's going to do anything, but just keep that in the back of your mind. As we know that we keep an eye on the Aussie and the Kiwi a lot in Asia because they're trading in our time zone pretty heavily. All right, so if we go down the line here, I am seeing really no data for the London session high impact. We have high impact data coming out. In the US session from Canada, we have Ivy PMI coming out. And of course, we will have, which is very important, and I'm sure a lot of people will be watching, high impact, and that will be at well, sorry about that. It'll be 11:30 a.m. in New York. It'll be 21:30 in Thailand, and that is crude oil inventories. So that will be highly watched as oil is pretty much all over the place. And that's about it, my friends, as far as that goes. Let's head on over to the markets. Let's see how they closed yesterday. I did do some reading, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But the Dow 30 closed negative 0.75. The S&P 500 closed negative 1.01%. The Nasdaq closed negative 0.98%. That's not good for me because I'm in an options trade. And the small cap 2000 is negative 1.15%. With the S&P 500 VIX, believe it or not, is positive 9.21%. Very interesting. Let's take a look at what's going on in Europe. The DAX is negative 2.63%. The FTSE 100 out of London is negative 1.19%. The CAC 40 is negative 2.18%. And the Eurostoxx 50 is negative 2.26%. Not real good on that side. Folks, let's take a look at what's going on in Asia. Some of the countries are open, some of them are not. The Nikkei 225 is currently trading in the negative 0.07%. The S&P ASX 200 out of Australia is positive 0.17%. The China A50 out of Shanghai has not opened, and they closed yesterday positive 0.50%. And the Hang Seng, which is not open yet, is closed yesterday negative 1.57%. And the Kospi out of Seoul, which is currently trading, is positive 0.36%. All right, commentary. Commentary for today is I did some reading today, and what I found was that I didn't realize how much the T-notes are, right? The Treasury bills, the 10-year Treasury note. I looked at, and it's at a low, and the equal in the Eurozone is also at a low, and they're saying that that's why we're getting this risk aversion, and we're not getting risk appetite, right? We're getting risk aversion in our markets in the last couple of days. So it really comes down to these 10-year T-notes and what's going on. And as long as these stay low, I don't think we're going to see a rate increase in the U.S. in a long time. And that was mentioned in the article that I read from my newsfeed that, the markets are really dealing with a new type of a market. I think that we're in an adjustment period here. I don't think that the stock market's going to dump. I think we still have a bullish market. I think, we'll still get our 2.5 to 3% increase by the end of the year, like we always do in the markets. And, I think this is just an adjustment period. And we look for these to continue, right? I was in the New York Open yesterday, and Twitter did really well yesterday. Really jumped up yesterday. Nice job on Twitter. Good to hear that. All right, so that's. I think we have some great trade setups today. A lot of our trades worked yesterday, and I'll try to remember which ones did and which ones didn't. And let's get over it and let's start. We have 6 currency pairs to look at. This is the euro dollar. This pair worked yesterday for us. It actually did take profit yesterday on that big red candle, which was the 200 exponential moving average. And today we're looking for the pullback. So we're currently above the 55 EMA, which is that blue line, and we're looking for this to come back up to resistance at 1.1396, which I think it can do very easily, and then come on all the way back down to support at the 1.1335 area. Very simple trade plan, not real difficult. We just need this to pop up because we're going to get some bounce in here at the daily pivot point. Look left of the chart. There's a lot of price action there. So we want this to pull back and give us, we'd like to get break even, right? I wouldn't mind this pulling back all the way to the R1 at, 14.15. And let that get up to the R1 and then sell it. So I don't care how far back it pulls back. Let it pull back. I'll wait. I'm not in a hurry. And we can sell this. But at a minimum, it needs to get to the 1.1396 area. And we can sell this. I really don't like trading into the daily pivot point at 200 exponential moving average. Doesn't make you feel real comfortable. You really want to be break even before you get to that level. But we are bearish. Our bias is bearish on the euro dollar. All right, let's take a look at the pound. This is a pound dollar, and the pound is bearish and has been bearish for some time now and continues to be. This trade plan also worked yesterday. It took a little time, but it did work. And now we're in this really area of what are we going to do? This might be the only pullback you see. You might not see a pullback from here. So it might not be a bad idea to stick a trend line on that doji candle. If you go back left to the chart, there's two red candles. Well, you see one with a doji there. Stick a trend line on there. And if price breaks that trend line and retest, sell it from there, because I don't know if we're going to get this pullback to the 1.4175 area. We know the pound's personality does not like giving pullbacks. So this just might dump from here. It just might drop from here. Or it might go up. However, it goes up, it's got to fight, right? It's got a daily pivot point. Of course, it's got a 55 EMA. And the 10 EMA is sitting right on top of price. So keep an eye on that. We're looking to take profit at the 1.4034 area, and that's the S2 reversal pivot point. So we'd like to see a nice drop today. Problem is we have no catalyst today, right? There's no data that's really going to help us do this. But we'll keep an eye on this, and we'd really like to make some profit on the pound dollar today. It looks like a really good pair to trade. Here's the Euro Aussie. Now, this Euro Aussie really did what I said it was going to do. Last week, it came to that, it's not on this slide, but it came to that 200 exponential moving average and went up. And I said, be careful. When this starts going up, it might continue, and then it's going to make a turnaround and come back down. I thought it was going to come down when it hit that 55 EMA that you can see on the chart. Well, it bounced off of that and continued to the upside. I'm bearish on this pair. I'm very bearish on this pair. I've been bearish on this pair for a long time. Now we're coming into the daily pivot and a 55 EMA. I want to see us clear that. I want to see us break down below that. Give us a retest, and at 1.5035, let's jump on this and we'll sell it. And we want to take profit at the 200 at 1.4939. Easy trade plan, just not easy to get our entry. That's going to be so important. The other thing is, the worst that's going to happen is this is going to pull back all the way back up to the top, to that resistance at the top of the chart, and sell from there. So we'll have to keep an eye on it, but we'll have a trade plan, and we'll see if we can get our trade plan to work. All right, let's take a look at the euro yen. Take a look at the yen pair. Be careful with the yen pairs. If you're trading the yen, not a lot of price action. Moved a little bit yesterday. As you all know, Kuroda spoke yesterday, and he spoke over 2 hours. And then Abbey spoke, and I think they're getting ready to do something. They have something in their back pocket, and they're going to do it. Of course, you'll never know it. They're going to do it by surprise. However, we're bearish, right? We're yen strength. We want to buy the yen. So we can buy it now. We don't have to wait. It's at this 125.78. take it down to the S2 reversal pivot at 124.39, and we'll just sell this baby. That's exactly what we want to do. We want to sell it, right? And my bias remains the same. I'm bearish on the euro yen. All right, it's the New Zealand dollar, which I'm bearish also. And this actually came down and worked yesterday. Our trend worked yesterday on the first target. And then came back up with late in New York. And here we are above the daily pivot point. So I want this to now pull back up to this 200 exponential moving average at 0.6826. And we'll take profit all the way down at the S1 pivot point at 0.6761. So my bias is to the downside. I want to buy the dollar. I don't want to buy the Kiwi. I want to buy the dollar. But I don't want to buy it from here. We're in a lot of price action, a lot of what I call Forex junk. So let this pull back and be patient and let it come to us. Let price come to us, and then we'll take this to the downside. All right, let's take a look at our last currency pair, which is the Aussie dollar. And the Aussie dollar worked very well for us yesterday. It took a little time. However, it did go short yesterday. I placed a Fibonacci on the chart today, and we're looking at a 38.2 pullback, which is going to be some work because it's got to get through this daily pivot point in that 55 EMA. I think it can do it, and we'll get up to the 0.7579 and sell this. We'll take it all the way back to support at 0.7518. So this is a nice 70 pip trade, and let's see if we can get this to work. You know, the other option that's going to happen is it's going to get to this daily pivot point. It's going to start giving us red candles, and it's going to slowly drift its way to the downside. I would be aware and keep an eye on the China data that's coming out in an hour or so. If you're looking at this in London, it will already have happened. If you're trading Asia and London Open, you'll see it there also. All right, so that's our Aussie dollar. We're bearish on the Aussie dollar, folks. I want to buy the dollar. I want to sell the Aussie. Okay. All right, today's that wraps up our 6 currency pairs. On behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I want to thank you for joining me on a Wednesday, Hump Day, April 6th, 2016. Traders, have a great trading day, and like I always say, trade smart and not hard. Traders, have a great trading day, and we'll be talking to you in about 24 hours. Take care now. Bye-bye.